What is up, you guys? It's Hurricane here, back with another video, but this is my first one on the Z Group Top 10 channel. This one is going to be a top 5 personal class setups on Infinite Warfare, and I use them pretty frequently throughout my, like playing time on Infinite Warfare, and I think you guys would benefit from it, so let's jump right into it at number 5. So here at the number 5 spot, we have the Type 2. We're going to be using Red Dot, Foregrip, Quick Draw, and Suppressor. No secondary weapon, no lethals, no tacticals, because you know they're all useless, so don't even think about using them. For perk 1, you know the automatic perk that everyone goes to, Dexterity. Recon is also a good addition. Perk 2, you're not going to use anything. None of them are really good. If you don't use Scavenger, then I personally don't use Scavenger because I use the Warfighter rig, and then I use Resupply. But for perk 3, you have Hardwired, which gives you extra points on each kill, up to 8 kills per life. Dexterity lets you reload faster, so you can play a lot more rushy if you'd like. That's personally how I play. If it's not your play style, then you can go ahead and pick something else. Recon just sizes up that mini map for you, that way you can see everywhere around you. Red Dot, this is where, so yeah, we're gonna get into attachments. Red Dot is good for me because I personally don't like the iron sights. It's this weird kind of red dot looking thing, but it's green and it kind of forks over. I don't like it, but some other people do. So I throw on Red Dot because it's a lot more clear for me to see if I'm trying to shoot someone across the map. This gun doesn't have extremely good range, but it works if you tap fire. Foregrip, the kick on this gun is terrible. If you don't use Foregrip, you're never gonna have any success with it. But then Quick Draw, to aim faster in, so you can take out those people. And then we're gonna be using Suppressor because personally, a lot of people will say that this is just kind of stupid, but the muzzle flash on this gun is absolutely horrendous. So that's one of the reasons I use it, but the main reason is because this fire rate on this gun is extremely fast. So it kind of keeps you off the radar, because if you're going around shooting all the time with a really fast fire rate, you're going to be constantly on the map. It's like you're giving the enemy team a UAV all the time, but just for you. So throw that suppressor on, they're never going to find you. And the reason that this gun is here at number 5 is because it's extremely inconsistent. One game you go 2-17, next game you go 30-1. You never know. That's why I have this gun here at number 5. Consistency is always the most important if you're going to try and hit good gameplays, if you're just trying to do good for yourself. You're just trying to have a good time. But if you don't have a good class that's consistent, then you're not really going to do it. But this one's fun to do when you do well with. So let's jump right into number 4. Here at the number 4 spot, we have the K-Bar Assault Rifle. We're going to be using ELO, Foregrip, Quick Draw, and Suppressor. No secondaries, no lethals, no tacticals. For perk 1, we have Dexterity and Recon. Pretty much as usual. If you're going to use perk 1, those should be your go-tos if you have any playstyle like me. There's no perk 2 because I use Resupply for Scavenger. For perk 3, you're going to be using Marksman, and I'll get into why that is in a second. But first, let's go through the attachments. ELO. This works really well because the iron sights for the K-Bar is like an ELO sight already. It's just it's really low inside the brackets. So whenever you put on that ELO, it's as if the crosshairs are raised up some on your gun. So there's so much clarity when you shoot. Foregrip. The kick on this gun I think is pretty bad and it's hard to manage, so that's why we have Foregrip. Quick Draw, so you can aim faster, get the first shot on your enemies. Suppressor, again with the fast fire rate, you're not going to want to be on the enemy's map all the time. Alright, so Dexterity, that's for reloading fast if you play really rushy. Recon, I use that to have a bigger minimap. Marksman, there's less flinch when you shoot people, so you can stay on target when you're in a gunfight. Now let's get into number 3. Here at the number 3 spot, we have the Erad submachine gun. I use the legendary variant, the Destiny, but you don't have to use that. You can use the base variant if you'd like. And so we use Elo, foregrip, particle amp, and suppressor on this weapon. No secondaries. We use the blackout tactical grenade. For perk 1, we have dexterity. For perk 2, we have momentum. For perk 3, we have marksman. Now let's get into why we have these attachments here. Elo, once again, as it is for the K-bar, it's very clear when you use it, so it just kind of gives you a really open sight when you're trying to kill people. And then foregrip, submachine guns, most of them, as you know, need foregrip due to the amount of kick they have. Particle amp, this gun, it doesn't shoot far at all. It's like a pea shooter with no batteries. So you want to use particle amp. It's like long barrel or rifled, whatever they call it in this game. You know they change it every single title that comes out, but you want to use that so you can get an advantage and shoot your enemies from a long distance. And then we have suppressor. The long, fast fire rate will get you in trouble if you do not have suppressor. If you don't have suppressor, you're giving your enemies a free UAV. You're going to want to have suppressor. You can stay off the map. Be a ninja. Alright, so the blackout tactical grenade, I think it's the best tactical in the game. Just because it, you know, just as it says in the name, it blacks them out. They can't see anything. You know, you're trying to get somebody. Perk 1, dexterity. Once again, you play really rushy. You're going to want to reload in an instant. Keep on firing bullets, or in this case, lasers at other people. Momentum. If you're also playing really rushy, you get that extra boost of speed. That way you can run around, get across the map really quick, dodge fire. For perk 3, we have marksman. It reduces weapon flinch. Stay on target when you are shooting these people, especially with an SMG, because if you're doing that, it doesn't have much stopping power. And stopping power, if you don't know, is distance at a range. You don't have that much, you're not going to want to flinch a lot, because if you don't connect on your shots, you're not going to kill them very well. And this is at the number 3 spot, not because it's bad, but because the 2 upcoming numbers are so much better. Spoiler alert, they're SMGs. I'm more of an SMG guy, but that's just me. A lot of you other people out there, some of you like shotguns, snipers, assault rifles, pick your poison. But this is my personal top 5 that I'm going to pick out. So yeah, let's get right into number 2. So here at number 2 we have the FHR-40, which is the Weevil from the older CODs. We're going to be using foregrip, laser sight, suppressor, and extended mags on this one. No secondaries, no lethals, no tacticals. For the perks, we're going to be using the same thing we previously used, our go-to perks here. Dexterity at perk 1, momentum at perk 2, and marksman at perk 3. So let's break it down on the attachment side of things. Foregrip, the FHR-40 has an extremely fast fire rate, so you really want to go ahead and keep that under control with the foregrip. Laser sight, you're going to be rushing around with this gun with a fast fire rate, or at least I would assume you would. So whenever you have laser sight, you're going to want to be able to hit fire instead of trying to aim in as soon as you get next to somebody. And then with the extended mags, that's more ammo in a clip. It gives you up to like 60 bullets or so. That way, you know, if you keep on missing with the kick on the weapon, you know, you could keep on hitting them as much as you like with all those bullets. The more bullets you have in a mag, the more likely you are to kill more people as well. So if you're trying to be one of those people who hit quads and crazy clips like that in the kill feed, you're going to want to have a lot of ammunition. And then down on the perks, dexterity if you're really rushy, and then the rest of them also rushy, stop flinch. But the real deal is what's over here at number 1. So let's see what it is. Yes, here at number 1 we're going to be using the Karma 45. This class will melt everyone, and it is so consistent. You will go positive by at least 8 kills whenever you use this weapon. That's how good this class is. So For attachments, you're going to want to use ELO, foregrip, long barrel, and suppressor. You're going to use the blackout tactical grenade once again. Same perks we've been previously using: dexterity, momentum, and marksman. Now let's break it down. So the iron sights on this weapon are actually really good, but I just prefer ELO because, like I said earlier, the clarity, it just gives you so much more ease whenever you're trying to kill somebody. Foregrip, it's a submachine gun. It has a fast fire rate. You're going to need foregrip. Suppressor, I know I'm used suppressor on at least 4 guns in this class setup. So it's because they all have fast fire rates, so you're trying to stay off the map, not give them a free UAV. And then you're going to want to use the long barrel to counteract the range defects from the suppressor. That way you can still shoot relatively far with this weapon. But the real reason we are here with number 1 with this class setup is because of how consistent it is and how well you can actually do with this gun. But the thing is if you're not a good player, I completely understand that aspect of it. But if you're even mediocre, you will do so much good with this weapon. You will have so much fun. This class, when I'm just trying to hop on after a long day of doing stuff, I use this class because I can do well with it every single time. I love it. So if you're one of the types of players who like to rush around, just power through all of your enemies, get crazy clips, get 30 kills a game or so, if you don't already, you're going to want to use this class specifically. This is the best one out of all 5. I use this class more than any other class I've ever used in this game. And so yeah, that's all for this one, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my very first video on the Z Group Top 10 channel. We are each going to be uploading a video on this channel at least once a month. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I want you to smack that like button. Let's see if we can get 30 likes. Leave a like and subscribe for more stuff like this.